Hi everyone, Raymond Braun here. I'm in another airport, so you know what that means. It's time for another adventure.
Welcome to Nashville.
It is day one of the Glad Southern Stories tour. We are in Nashville, Tennessee. I am walking up to City Winery, where they are going to be having the Concert for Love and Acceptance. This is the first event of its kind, taking place during the CMAs here in Nashville. A bunch of country music stars are gonna come through and perform to show their support of the LGBT community. Here is Sarah Kate Ellis, the president and CEO of GLAAD.
We're getting on the bus. We're going to 6 states in 7 days.
I've been living here in Nashville for 30 plus years. I love country music and I've been waiting for a long time for this moment to come.
Look who I am with right now.
I'm Deborah Allen. I think if we love each other, the rest is going to take care of itself.
Oh my gosh, I am here with...
There's just a lot of allies that are Republican, that are religious. I'm just so happy that I have seen so much growth.
I am here with Chris Carmack from Nashville.
I'm a big supporter of the LGBT community, and here I have an opportunity to come out and show it.
To finally step on a Nashville stage and be me, no holds barred, nothing. It was amazing. Live your truth because it's all you got.
You're all God's children. Just know that you have.
You know, I did not, in my wildest dreams, I'm gonna get all emotional on you. It means a lot.
We're about to embark on a tour of the Deep South, and we're going to be traveling in this tour bus. I am actually from the South. I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I haven't spent much time in the South since my family moved to Ohio. We've been in Nashville for less than 12 hours. We are on to the next city, Alabama. Oh my gosh, this is not the most beautiful view that you've ever seen. We are on Smith Lake right now. Michelle and Sally are two amazing GLAAD volunteers, and they're hosting a stop on the Birmingham AIDS Outreach Smith Lake annual poker run. People are gonna be coming up to the dock and they get a poker card. Go to other stops on this lake, and the day they see who has the best poker hand.
This event started when a group of friends wanted to try to figure out a way to raise money for Birmingham AIDS Outreach.
400 people were here today.
There's so much support amongst the community. My wife and I have been together 24 years and we just want to be recognized.
My partner's family, they're very, very conservative. When we would get together with his family, I would not be included in the picture. This past year they said that you're a part of our family and we want you to be in our picture.
One night late, I'm in bed asleep, phone rings, and it's my daughter. She said, a very dear friend of mine, I think she might be gay and she wants to commit suicide. And so she says, I saved her life tonight, Mom. Wow. Because of you. I was able to say, no, it's okay, it's okay. That was a double whammy for me. We saved a kid, and then my kid came home. Oh. And for a child to be able to see what their life can be, that's next. Full, total acceptance.
When I used to walk down the aisle in the grocery store and see someone that I thought might be a lesbian, I would gather all my strength and I would go up to them and I would say, do you know where the peanut butter is? And I would go home and go, I talked to a lesbian. I talked to a lesbian. Sometimes it seems like you're the only gay person in the whole face of the earth. But then somebody's gonna walk up to you and ask you, where's the peanut butter?
Good morning, everyone. It is day 3. We are outside the St. Alexis Episcopal Church here in Jackson, Mississippi, and GLAAD's very own Ross Murray is going to be giving this sermon this morning.
And it's your acts of acceptance, of allyship, that become the stories that then invite other people to learn from you.
Don't let people impose their reading of the Bible on you, because the message of the Bible is that God made us and God loves us.
We are on the highway on our way to Pensacola, Florida. I am actually driving right now with the star of the sermon today, with Ross from GLAAD.
Being religious and being LGBT are completely compatible. No one should ever have to give up their faith.
We just arrived in Gulf Breeze, Florida, which is near Pensacola. We are about to have dinner with a group of LGBT people who are currently serving in the military along with some of their family.
My name's Tracy. I'm a veteran Marine. When we were in the circle of trust there, I was just like, hey guys, I'm totally into chicks. And everybody was like, awesome. And some people were like, duh, find that little community, grow, and try to create an organization so when others get to that base, maybe they have that outlet that you were looking for.
We just arrived in Charleston, getting off the bus now. Woo! And I'm falling down the steps. Okay, here we are. Ooh, it is bright. We are outside the beautiful William Aiken House where we are having the GLAAD event tonight. It is called State of Change South Carolina, and they're going to be screening a mini documentary about what it's like to be LGBT in South Carolina, followed by a panel discussion.
My number one concern when I came out was my faith. I worked in churches. I got fired from a job at a church because I was outed.
For me, my church family was everything. Because of accepting who I was, in literally a second, it was all taken, just gone.
It's a crisis of faith and of just your core.
You are the person that you're supposed to be. Nobody else can live your journey, so you live it.
It's important for someone such as myself, someone that looks like myself in Charleston, the city we call the Bible Belt, to come here and be a part of change. I look like this when I go to church, and I'm not shunned. People don't disrespect me. That for me shows acceptance.
I am with Sarah Kate Ellis, who is the president and CEO of GLAAD right now.
We're about a half hour outside of Columbia, South Carolina. 1 out of every 3 Americans are very uncomfortable with the LGBT community. We look specifically at the South. What happened was the discomfort levels rose by 10 to 20%. The best way to understand this better and to accelerate acceptance was to actually go down to the South and speak to activists and local people and see how we could help them raise their stories and build awareness.
We just arrived in Columbia, South Carolina, and it is 104 degrees outside right now, so naturally I'm wearing all black. I am outside of Nickelodeon Theater, and GLAAD is hosting another State of Change South Carolina screening and discussion here tonight. I'm especially excited because tonight my Aunt Lisa is coming to the event. This is the first LGBT event that she has ever attended, so it means so much to me that she came out tonight to show her support. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am here with my Aunt Lisa right now.
Yay!
Thank you so much for coming.
You're so welcome.
So I am here with one of the stars of the State of Change South Carolina documentary.
In the documentary, it focuses mainly on my parents and my coming out journey, and had a little bit of a bad experience. That's my dream, is that someday they'll make some gesture that maybe they'll come to a pride march with me, or they'll come to an event like this. The culture that I grew up in basically taught me to not trust myself. I did not have any exposure to the outside world, certainly not to LGBT people. I basically was just having so many feelings inside of me that I couldn't quite articulate. And so I finally just admitted, I'm a woman. As soon as you know who you are, you have to claim it.
So I'm here with Aunt Lisa. We're back home. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
You are so welcome.
So what did you
glad
think?
to have you.
What did you think of the documentary?
I absolutely loved it. I truly believe that they were born this way, and just accept them for who they are. I knew even when he was like 3 years old, he was always in a tutu dancing around the living room, and just
right. And I'm sleeping over. Yay! And then it's off to Atlanta tomorrow. Hello everybody, it is day 6 and it is our last day on the bus. I'm getting really nostalgic. I thought I would just give a little tour of the bus. Oh look, there's Claire working away, doing some editing, making some great videos for GLAAD All Access, youtube.com/GLAAD. We have this little sitting area with some couches and desks and things. We are here at Turner. They're going to be screening the State of Change, Georgia.
The biggest thing I had to do was make my own acceptance of myself matter more than anyone else.
I got kicked out of the Army for being gay. And I told them I was HIV positive for 122 years. I'm dealing with a hepatitis C issues. These are the stories that I cannot take with me to my grave. I've got to share them.
I am with Eris, one of the stars of GLAAD's mini documentary tonight.
I was the first trans woman to be on a homecoming court in Georgia. Trans isn't a limitation. It doesn't automatically mean that you are less than someone else.
Anyone who's looking at me, Trev Sutton, right now, always remember who you are, what your heart is telling you, and go out and achieve.
We are here in Newnan, Georgia, which is a community about an hour outside of Atlanta. They have filmed Hunger Games, Divergent, Walking Dead, all here in Newnan, Georgia. So now you can add a Raymond Braun YouTube video to that list. Tonight we are headed to a performance of Bare, B-A-R-E, a pop opera. The play is about a group of high schoolers at a Catholic boarding school who are exploring questions around sexuality, relationships, personal identity. And afterwards there's going to be a talk back, which I'm actually going to be part of.
If we even just help enlighten one person, I feel like we're doing a good job.
It's so commendable that there are young people that want to try and tell these stories and are given this voice as well.
I'm gay and my parents aren't necessarily accepting and they're really religious, so this show is like very close to home.
Even if it's a message they don't want to hear, it's still something they need to hear.
I'm an artist, I'm an actor, I go to church, and I'm gay. I went to a Christian high school, I go to Christian university. You'll be surprised how many people are accepting that you wouldn't think are accepting.
The first person I ever came out to was my pastor. If it weren't for the church, I don't think I would be as well adjusted.
So I am here right now with the director of Bare.
There are a number of young people in the community whose parents would not let them audition for the show. We have had audience members walk out. We have to tell these types of stories. We have kids here, we have adults here that don't fit in with other sections of their lives, and so therefore we try and give them a home.
It's very rare to talk about the LGBT community here without talking about religion. But one of the amazing things to see during the tour has been how many religious institutions are open and welcoming to all people, including the LGBT community. We are outside of the Lost and Found Homeless Youth Shelter and Consignment Store, and I cannot think of a better place to end the GLAAD Southern Stories tour than here. We are going to have a youth fair where people can come, they can hang out. We have this bouncy castle. Woo! And it's just going to be an opportunity for people to hang out, learn more about the work of Lost and Found Youth.
All this is given by our community, which is an amazing thing. Everything in here goes towards supporting our 6-bedroom house right now in the West End. You go through the clothing, trust me, the gays donate all kinds.
Ooh, I want to look. Just looking at everything that the thrift store has to offer. I am here with
Brad Thornton from Lost and Found Youth here in Atlanta. Lost and Found Youth is a nonprofit organization that started about 4 years ago. We help homeless LGBT youth off the streets. 1 in 3 homeless youth are LGBT.
Wow.
1 in 5 of those will actually kill themselves. My parents put me on the streets when I was 15. Because I was gay, I did not have something like Lost and Found, and I turned to prostitution and drugs. After a year and a half of being sober, I found Lost and Found. I immediately got on board and started volunteering. I do what I do because of the fact that I don't want kids to go through what I went through.
I am here with
Rick Westbrook.
And I'm gonna embarrass you for a second, but I think that you are a role model for our community because you are the executive director of Lost and Found Youth.
There's a problem here in the Bible Belt where when kids come out, they have less than a 50-50 chance of being able to stay with their parental units. Kids locked in basements because of who they are. Parents that drop their kids off on the side of the expressway once they find out they're gay. Several times I've had parents drive their kids to the middle of downtown Atlanta and drop them off and drive away. They just didn't want to deal with it anymore. It's not okay to throw your kids out on the street. That's what's not okay. It's okay to be who you are and to love who you are attracted to. Be true to yourself, take care of yourself, and have that conversation with everybody around you.
Wow, what an amazing weekend it's been. We are heading back to New York City now, and I am so sad that the tour is over, but really happy that I was able to share these stories with you. Thank you so much.
I've got your back.